The OK Direct Drive Final is just about to launch into life. An incredible junior race you have just seen. Britain now has 10 world karting champions, and Scotland has their first with Dexter Patterson. The Brits are also looking pretty good in this OK final. Danny Keirle, his debut in the World Championships, he will start this one on pole position alongside the reigning world champion Pedro Hiltbrand. We're preparing for that. The karts are just being wheeled out onto the grid. A big crowd in attendance here at PF International Circuit. A little bit overcast, but about 18 degrees. No chance of rain, at least for the next half hour, as we prepare for this 22-lap, 30-kilometre final. 12 months ago, or slightly less than, we were in the desert racing the World Championship final in Bahrain. Karts being wheeled out onto the circuit. A big crowd here in attendance, of course. Great Britain, home to World Motorsport. Hosted the World Championships here at PF in 2013. Then we have to go back to 1968 when a three-round series was held, with one round held at Rye House. The circuit was built in 1994 by Mr. Paul Fletcher, and in 2011 it was extended to include a spectacular figure eight over and under Suzuka-style bridge to bring it up to its 1,382 metre length. To find out exactly what it's like for a lap around PF, the finest circuit in Great Britain, let's go on board with one of the OK racing karts here in England. A spectacular on-board lap with the 2012 world champion Flavio Camponeschi from Rome during one of the heat races being held here yesterday and indeed this morning. We started with 87 drivers. We are down to the final 34. The cream rises to the top. To the right of your screen is Pedro Hiltbrand. To the left, have we unearthed a new star, Danny Keirle from Kent, Sevenoaks in southern England, making his debut in the World Championship, and has only had a couple of races, if that, in the OK Direct Drive category. He starts this one in the number 80 Zanardi kart from pole position. Absolutely incredible performance. He's won a couple of the heats. He hasn't been intimidated by the big names surrounding him, behind him, or in front of him. And when they've been in front of him, he's simply driven past them. Zanardi kart have been very quick all week here, but haven't had the best luck. Many were looking to their established stars, such as WSK Super Master Series champion Lorenzo Travisanuto, the Muth brothers, and Tom Joyner, the 2013 world champion, who had a nasty accident yesterday. But it's been Danny Keirle who showed them all up, not only his teammates, but the rest of the field. That's him to the left of your screen as the grid girls leave the circuit. And we prepare for a start here at Paul Fletcher International Circuit. The man who has given so much to this sport as a driver. He started way back in 1960. He actually finished third in the 1968 World Championships. Retired as a driver in 1985. And built this magnificent circuit, the finest in Great Britain by a long margin, in 1994. The second time that PF is hosting the World Championship, but the first time as a standalone event. Well, Danny Keirle, there he is to the left of your screen for Dino Chiesa's Chiesa Corse Zanardi kart team. Pedro Hiltbrand to the right of your screen, that's his mechanic Pablo Dominguez, kneeling down, about to push his countryman, his driver, into life. Right behind him on the grid is also his countryman, David Vidales, who was second in the Junior World Championship last year. We will go through the complete grid for you in a moment. 34 drivers from the original 87. This is it, the OK Direct Drive World Championships here in England. Juho Valtanen to the left of your screen, still standing. We'll jump into the 21 Cosmic and start this on grid 3. I'll just forewarn you, watch Hiltbrand on the outside when the lights go green or go out into turn number 1. This is it, the OK Direct Drive World Championships here in England. The LeCont tyres immediately start to gather temperature as they come up. This is the extension, the bridge that brings the track up to 1382 metres. Their 2 formation laps. Fastest qualifier on Friday evening was Callum Bradshaw. Didn't have the best run in the heat. He starts further back on the grid. We'll get to him in a moment. Danny Keirle on pole position. The reigning world champion Hiltbrand out of 2. Valtanen, Vidales, Muth, Keirle, Tonteri, Gianluca Petkov, Oliver Hodgson and Noah Millell, the Swedish champion, on the 5th row of the grid. Then we go to Rasmus Lindh for Fusion Motorsport, Clement Novalak, the Brits Axel Charpentier and Mark Kimber, Hannes Janka, Teo Noe, Louis Westover, Luke Ibanez, Adam Ateki and Callum Bradshaw out of grid number 20 after setting the fastest qualifying time on Friday night. Camponeschi, the 2012 world champion, Cunnington, Balancev, DePau, Maich, Jorge Pescador from Argentina, Clark, Punchapard, Lorenzo Ferrari, Lorenzo Travisanuto. Watch him to come charging through from the back of the grid. Sebastian Alvarez, Alejandro Lajos Lopez, Michael Rosina, and on the back row of the grid, the boy from Brazil, Kyle Collette. Danny Keirle, eager to get on with it. Hiltbrand just hangs back a little bit. Even though he's on the outside of the front row, his experience suggests he will probably dictate the pace. As I say, watch him on the outside into turn number 1. Juho Valtanen, he has been superb all weekend. Finland has never had a World Kart Racing champion, a few podiums. Could Valtanen change that here this afternoon? Vidales and Hiltbrand, the 2 Spaniards, with their countryman Fernando Alonso, the 2-time Formula 1 world champion and former Junior World Cup winner, watching on trackside here. Can one of his boys do the business here this afternoon? The field form up. We're ready to go racing. In the hands of our race director, Mr. Nigel Edwards, the Englishman here in England. Keirle leads them up to the line. We go around one more time. What a tremendous sight this is. That is the far part of the circuit. And I can confirm to you that Flavio Camponeschi has not taken the start. He damaged his ribs, not the first driver to do that now throughout 2017. And he's injured too badly to take his spot on grid 21. So it's bad luck for the 2012 world champion. We are already down to 33. Danny Keirle from England, his debut in the World Championship and promptly puts his 80 Zanardi kart on pole position for this, the final. The title that dates back to 1963. Hiltbrand tuning that Vortex engine quite fastidiously, it must be said. Has he got a problem? Too late if he has. Hopefully he's just fine-tuning it. We want to see the best out of the Spaniard. Can he go 2 in a row? Denny Keirle certainly hopes not. They come up to the line. Keirle and Hiltbrand. We go green in 2017. Hiltbrand certainly has got a problem because he's missed the start and back into position number 4. Valtanen in second, Keirle leads. A good start by Esteban Muth, the German, up into third spot. So the Zanardi kart's already running 1 and 3. Vidales, they're in fourth. Then it's Keirle, the Brit. Last year junior European champion in P5. Down the inside, the Zanardi karts now run 1 and 2. Keirle and Muth. Valtanen tries the outside. Then it is in fact Hiltbrand up into fourth. His teammate Vidales right behind him. Great start by Esteban Muth. From the third row of the grid, he's up into second position. The field have negotiated the first few corners without incident. Quite incredibly here at PFI. They come through the Mike Wilson complex for the first time. Zanardi karts will run 1 and 2 with the Finn Juho Valtanen in position number 3. There is surely a problem for Hiltbrand. He is slowing, he's losing time. Hiltbrand is back into 5th, but he's losing track time as well. He's been passed by his countryman, his teammate Vidales. The Spaniard up into position number 4. Hiltbrand under pressure from Oliver Hodgson in the PFI 49 Parilla, and will surely be passed indeed. Hodgson just drives down the inside and passes the reigning world champion. His title defense is falling to pieces in this, the opening laps of the final. Valtanen climbs up behind Muth. Keel wide over the curves. In through Bobby Game, in through the Mike Wilson complex. So Zanardi karts 1 and 2, then the Kosmic, then Vidales in the Tony kart. As the field settled down, very wide from Vidales. There's Hodgson going through. Hiltbrand still holding down position 6. Make that 7th because Tonteri, the KSM Schumacher team pilot, has just got past him. So 2 Finns now inside the top 6. Keirle is the next to line up. Hiltbrand, this is a sad sight. There is Hiltbrand coming down the hill. It's something that is not affecting his complete performance, but just knocking off a few tenths. It may even be something as simple as a cracked reed valve, because he's still circulating. The reigning world champ is still in P7, but he's losing time to the race leaders who you can see on screen. Denny Keirle from England leads from Esteban Muth. The Zanardi karts 1 and 2. Valtanen tried the back of the German that time, almost came to grief. Vidales sits there in P4. Over the ripple strip they come, up onto the start-finish straight. Now the race is on proper. Hodgson doing a fine job in P5. There's Vidales as they race under the Litchfield Bridge. Up over the top. Down the hill they come, the fastest part of the circuit. The race leader, Denny Keirle, 123 k's an hour right there before they break into the right-hand hairpin. Valtanen still shadows Muth. You can see the shadow on the nose cone of Keirle, but he hasn't touched anybody. He's led from the pole, done a superb job. Zanardi kart running 1 and 2, then it's Kosmic. World champions in 2015 with Karol Basz, the 2015 champ, and no chance of making it 2. He did not even make the final this afternoon. So Kamponeski didn't take the start. We're down to 33 runners. Make that 32, because I can tell you Hiltbrand has just pulled into the pits and retired. He will not retain his world championship. The Spaniard, Hiltbrand, is out. What a sensation. We thought he had a problem on the opening laps, on the roll-up laps. We suspected it. And surely, in fact, there he is in the back of your screen. He's actually down in position 33. Whether he's rejoined. In fact, I'll correct myself. That was Cunnington who's down in position 32. Yep, definitely. Hiltbrand is out of this one. The reigning world champion. His race is over. So we go back to the front. It's still Danny Keirle from England leading. From the Belgian-born German, Esteban Muth, Zanardi karts 1 and 2. 121 k's an hour as they go down under the Litchfield Bridge. This spectacular part of the circuit. Valtanen still in P3, being shadowed by David Vidales. There is the Spaniard. Second last year in Bahrain as Gianluca Petrikov. His teammate sets the fastest lap of the race. 55.1, the Brazilian in P9. Just behind Keirle. Tonteri, the second of the Finns, still running in P6. Just a little further back behind this battle. Keirle doing everything right. He looks good behind the wheel as well. Zanardi karts lead into the Mike Wilson complex. They're coming up to complete the end of their 6th lap now. Over the ripple strip they go, powered by the Parilla. The Zanardi kart, they wind it up. Look at Oliver Hodgson starting to catch the leaders. In the 49 Birrell Art, he's Paul Fletcher's personally sponsored driver. He's been superb here on obviously his home circuit. He's in 5th and starting to catch the leaders. He's just dropped off Paavo Tonteri. There's the Finn in the background. Hodgson doing everything he possibly can to catch the leaders and try and join in this battle. A sedate race thus far. It will come alive, be assured. Danny Keirle, debut in the World Championships, puts it on pole. He now leads the final. Esteban Muth, his younger brother O'Neill, won the Junior European Championship race held at Le Mans earlier in the year. Then Esteban win the big one here this afternoon. One driver, his teammate, stands between himself and the checkered flag, and 30-odd drivers right behind him. We'll have something else to say about that as well. Under the bridge they go, 7 in the books. 3rd race distance done. They climb up over the hill, over the bridge, and down they come. This is where the slipstream comes into effect. Vidales close to the back of Valtanen. Can the Spaniard climb up onto the podium? Down the inside, Dynamite David Vidales. The Spaniard puts the Finn back to P4. The Tony kart now up onto the podium. Still, the OTK karts have to catch the Zanardi chassis in front of them. Keirle starting to pull away ever so slightly from Esteban Muth. Valtanen back to 4. Then it's Oliver Hodgson, Tonteri, Petrikov, Milel, Keirle and Rasmus Lindh for Fusion Motorsport rounds out the 10. Danny Keirle doing everything right. Look at the shudder on the nose cones from both of the Zanardi karts. Over the ripple strip they climb. The fast line under the bridge. Up the hill they come. No surprise to see Vidales set the fastest lap of the race. For the benefit of the slipstream, a brilliant move on the Finn. 1 lap ago at this very part of the circuit. There's Hodgson in P5. Starting to catch the leaders one more time. Well, no one knew the name of Danny Keirle pretty much coming into this weekend. Do they know it now or what? The boy from Seven Oaks in Kent, just a few miles from the Brands Hatch circuit in the south of the country, has been absolutely brilliant all weekend. Done everything right off the start. Comes across the line to complete lap 9. The gap out to 0.4 of a second. That's Valtanen. They scream up under the bridge, 16,000 RPM. 121 k's an hour, washing off about 9 k's as they go through the right, left, and they're down the hill. This is the fastest part of the circuit, 123 kilometers an hour right there, hard on the brakes. Valtanen wants to have another go at Vidales. Look at the crowd watching on. Britain has had 10 World Karting Championships or 10 World Champions, 14 championships in the sport's 56-year history. Dexter Patterson from Scotland, the first Scottish driver and the 10th Brit, taking the junior title earlier on today. Danny Keirle, this would be a fairy tale victory If the driver can hold on, he's actually pulling away. It's out to 0.5 of a second now. This is absolutely incredible. Denny Keirle for Team Zanardi. His teammate Esteban Muth, Vidales, there's Valtanen. They go up over the bridge, down the hill, sideways on the exit from Esteban Muth. Vidales saw that. He tries to capitalise. Closes up under brakes. Watch him into the hairpin. He's too far back. Vidales just trying to will that Tony Kart on sideways on the exit. Had everything locked up. That cost him a little bit of time. You can see the German starts to pull away. We'll check the gap next time round between Keirle and Muth. You can see it's actually on your screen blown out to about 4 kart lengths. Last time it was 0.496. They come across the line. 0.551. Valtanen on screen just sets the fastest lap. And I can tell you, Esteban and Denny's teammate Lorenzo Travisanuto is absolutely flying. From the back of the grid, he's up into position 18. He's just got past Oliver Clark, Ulysse de Pauw, closing in on the Argentine Jorge Pescador. Surely it could be a Zanardi Kart 1, 2, 3. He's a long way back through the field in 18th, but he's picked off more than 1 kart a lap. And he's actually only 10 seconds behind this battle on your screen. So there is Denny Keirle. Muth, Vidales. Of course, if Vidales makes the move on the German, it will be to the benefit of the Englishman. Tries to keep it as straight as possible. Hodgson, conversely, had a 4-wheel drift coming onto the straight. Again, Valtanen. The gap 0.5 of a second. The field's starting to spread out. There are 10 laps to go. This is the 2017 CIK World Championships here in England. Muth reaches up the fuel mixture on that Parilla engine. Field spreading out. Vidales trying to keep that Tony Kart as straight as possible. The Zanardis have had tremendous grip all weekend. They've been able to put that chassis wherever they want around this PFI circuit. It's been a lot harder work for the green drivers this weekend. Their boy David is currently on the podium, needs to go 2 better to claim the World Championship. If he does that, he would only be the 2nd ever Spaniard behind Pedro Hiltbrand, who of course won the title in Bahrain last year. Finland, they've never had a world champion. Juho Valtanen, he's in 4th at the moment, as ominously Keirle sets the fastest lap of the race of 55.0. He's almost into the 54s. He's now out to 0.6 of a second. On the rest of the field, this is an incredible story. He's pulling away the rookie in the World Championship. Done some single bank racing in the past, making his debut in the OK World Championships. Started from pole, he is now leading the biggest race of his life. Zanardi Kart, 3-time world champion in 2010, 2011 with Nick de Vries, and 2013 with Tom Joyner. Can they make it 4 times? Of course, big news during the week that Dino Chiesa will be leaving Zanardi Kart to set up his own team, Ross Brawn style, for 2018. What a swan song. What a way to go out in style. They're running 1 and 2 here in England. Vidales gets very ragged coming down the hill. There's Hodgson starting to catch. The gap, 0.6 of a second still between Keirle and Muth. Vidales trying everything possible to get past Esteban. He looks behind him. His teammate is pulling away. Denny Keirle. 0.6 exactly of a second. Vidales closes in on the back of Esteban Muth. These 2 drivers have gone wheel to wheel many a time over the years, particularly in the junior class. And in 2017 in the European Senior OK Championships, again, Oliver Hodgson drifts onto the straight, rallycross style. Tonteri still in P6. Petakov, 7. Then it's Rasmus Lindh, Noah Millell, and Ricky Flynn Motorsport team driver Axel Charpentier rounds out the 10. Vidales closes up on the back of Esteban Muth. Still 2 kart lengths in it. The gap down to 0.4 of a second. Now Muth is coming. Keirle had it out to 0.6. He's lost 0.2 last time round. Muth is coming. He's actually pulling away from Vidales. So it's not second and third catching. It's actually his teammate starting to reel in the Englishman. He's done everything right all week, all weekend, all race, but they're now starting to catch the race leader. Will the fairy tale go up in smoke, or will it come true this afternoon? Denny Keirle leads across the line. The gap was 0.4. It remains as such. It's exactly the same as they go under the Litchfield Bridge with 6 laps to go. Muth slightly sideways on the exit. Up over the hill. Valtanen still 1 step away from a World Championship podium. Down the hill they go. Keirle trying as hard as he possibly can. Travisanuto, look at that. He's up to 17th, fastest lap of the race. But the traffic's getting a lot harder to pass for the Italian from there. His teammate Adam Ateki, the Frenchman, one in front of him. Then Bradshaw, Keirle, Westover, Novalak, Hanasienko, and then we get to Charpentier, who's running in P10. 5 laps now remain for Denny Keirle. Comes onto the straight. The gap last time, 0.468. It's now 0.5 between himself and the driver on screen, Esteban Muth. Rides the ripple strip. They climb the hill. Keirle is awesome coming up over the bridge. This is where he pulls away. He's still got the problem, this is Muth I'm speaking of Vidales right behind him. He needs to catch his teammate, that's one thing, but he has to defend from the Spaniard. Vidales, vice world champion in the junior race in 2016, running third at the moment in the OK Direct Drive senior category. They come up through the Bobby Game curves, down through the Mike Wilson complex, in front of the pit lane. The laps are starting to run out. Valtanen is dropping off the leaders. Denny Keirle, one more time across the line. 0.5 last time, it remains as such. He puts a few thousandths of a second into the gap. 2 wheels up over the ripple strip, coming out under the Litchfield Bridge. Up over the hill. He's spectacular through this part of the circuit. Head down behind the steering wheel, maximum aerodynamic advantage. 123 k's an hour before braking for the right-hand hairpin. This legendary Paul Fletcher International Circuit here in England. Muth looks behind, there's Vidales. The front wheels actually come off the ground for the Spaniard that time. A little bit ragged on the exit into the Bobby Game curves. Closes up as they enter into Mike Wilson. There's Valtanen. Still Oliver Hodgson in P5. Rasmus Lindh in 7th. Does the fastest first sector of the entire race. Hodgson in 5. There's Tonteri just flashing by the top of your screen. Still 0.5 of a second. They're running out of time. Surely they won't catch the Englishman. This is a fairy tale about to happen here this afternoon in England. Goes wide over the ripple strip. Vidales also very ragged from the Spaniard. His countryman Fernando Alonso in the grandstand. Watching his boy. He's on the podium at the moment. But that looks as though it's as far as David will get. He can't catch, let alone get by Muth, let alone the race leader, Denny Keirle. Valtanen from Espoo in Finland runs P4. 1 step off the podium. He's the Cosmic Kart team pilot. Tonteri, who raced the KZ World Championship at Wackersdorf in Germany 2 weeks ago, still runs in P6. Then it's Lynn Millel for the 2 Swedes, 7 and 8. Jean-Luc Petikov and still Axel Charpentier rounds out the 10. The gap, 0.522 of a second between the 2 Zanardi karts. Denny Keirle on his way to victory here this afternoon. It would seem Zanardi kart, can they take a 4th World Championship? And will it be a 1-2? It certainly seems as such because David Vidales has driven the wheels off that Tony kart, but cannot make inroads on the Belgian-born German in 2nd place. There's Esteban Muth, there's Vidales, Valtanen, Hodgson starting to lose touch with the leaders. They go through the Mike Wilson complex. This is a fairy tale here in England. They've completed 21. This is the final lap. Under the bridge they go. This is absolutely incredible. You are watching history here this afternoon in England. Britain has had 10 World Karting Champions, the last of which was Dexter Patterson earlier this afternoon. England has had 9. They're about to have 10. This is a fairy tale. Denny Keirle from Sevenoaks in Kent, Southern England. A rookie. Virtually nobody knew his name coming into this weekend. He is about to write his name into history. Muth starts to close up, but it's too late for the German. There's Vidales into the Mike Wilson curves for the final time. An incredible chapter in motorsport history will be written here this afternoon. They accelerate coming onto the straight. The checkered flag comes out. Denny Keirle from England is the World Kart Racing Champion. Esteban Muth makes it a Zanardi Kart 1 and 2, and Vidales, the Spaniard, across the line in P3. What an incredible race. Who predicted that? Who predicted a Zanardi Kart 1 and 2? And who suggested the rookie Denny Keirle would add his name to the legends such as Foray, Pacini, Manetti, Beggio, and his countrymen Wilson, Fullerton, Colin Brown, Oliver Oakes. Denny Keirle is the World Kart Racing Champion for 2017. Being congratulated there by Gianluca Petkov and the rest of the field. This will be a very popular victory. Can you believe it? Denny Keirle, the rookie that nobody gave a chance. They said if he made the final, he'd be doing well. He has just become the 2017 World Kart Racing Champion. Esteban Muth makes it a Zanardi Kart 1 and 2. And David Vidales, second in the Junior World title in 2016. Another podium for the Spaniard here this afternoon. Valtanen was fourth. Good drive from Oliver Hodgson. He was fifth in the PFI Parilla. Tonteri, Lindh, Milel, Petkov, and Hannes Janka got past Charpentier to finish in P10. What could have been for Pedro Hiltbrand, his race was over virtually before the race even went green with that problem. Retired after just a couple of laps and is classified in position 33. England now has 10 World Kart Racing champions. Denny Keirle, what an incredible fairy tale. You have just seen history this afternoon at the Paul Fletcher International Circuit. We'll see him on the podium along with Esteban and David. The World Championship podium here at Paul Fletcher International Circuit. The CIK-FIA World Championships for 2017. The podium presentation in just a moment. What an incredible race we have witnessed here this afternoon. Britain now has 11 World Kart Racing champions. Danny Keirle has written his name into history. He is the World Kart Racing champion. Great effort also from Esteban Muth, second, and David Vidales, the Spaniard, on the podium in the Junior World Championships last year. Takes another podium here this afternoon. Tremendous scenes here at Paul Fletcher International Circuit in England. The second time for the World Championships at this magnificent circuit. Before that, we go back to Rye House, Hoddesdon, back in 1969, when Britain last hosted the World Championship. After Paolo De Conto won the KZ World Championship at Wackersdorf 2 weeks ago, almost to the minute, Danny Keirle joins that elite list of drivers. The podium presentations here in the English sunshine at PF here this afternoon. In just a few moments' time, we wait for the drivers to make their way up to the podium. The Spaniard, the German, and the Englishman. From Kent in the south of the country, Zanardi Kart 1 and 2. Tremendous scenes for the Zanardi Kart team. Of course, our thoughts are with Tom Joyner, the 2013 world champion who had that big accident in the final heat last night. Danny and Esteban have done it for their team here this afternoon. Wait for the drivers to make their way up to the podium. The 2017 CIK-FIA World Championships here in England. Of course, the 2018 calendar having just been announced. Next year, we go to Genk for the KZ World Championship and Kristianstad in Sweden for this, the OK and Junior Direct Drive World Championships for 2018, as well as a 6-round European Championship and various other races as well. Tremendous scenes down in Parc Fermé, very emotional for Dino Chiesa's Zanardi Kart team. They've come 1 and 2, their 4th ever World Championship after Tom Joyner in 2013. And Nick De Vries in 2010 and 2011. Drivers just about making their way up to the podium now. Incredible scenes. Zanardi Kart 1 and 2 being congratulated by absolutely everyone, as well as the Spaniard David Vidales. Esteban Muth, Vice World Champion for 2017. Ladies and gentlemen, the 2017 podium, please welcome for Tony Kart Racing Team from Spain, in 3rd place, Dynamite David Vidales. Second place here this afternoon, the German. He is the new Vice World Champion, contributing to a Zanardi Kart 1 and 2. Let's hear it for Esteban Muth. Ladies and gentlemen, it has been a fairy tale story here this afternoon. If we didn't know the name Danny Keirle coming into this weekend, we certainly do now. He has written his name into history. The 2017 CIK World Champion from here in England for Zanardi Kart, Danny Keirle! And representing the winning team, Chiesa Corse, Flavio Andriata. as we stand by for the national anthem of the United Kingdom. I would now like to call on Dr. Caroline Johnson, MP, local member of Parliament, to present the third place trophy to David Vidales. The Chief Executive of the Motorsport Association here in Great Britain, Mr. Rob Jones, to present the second place trophy to Esteban Muth. The Vice President of the CIK-FIA, Mr. Kees van der Grint, to present the winning trophy to the new World Champion, Danny Keirle. And three-time winner and former Formula One driver, Mr. Alan McNish, to present the winning team's trophy to Flavio Andreatta, representing Zanardi, Chiesa Corse. The girls step in to present the flowers to David, Esteban, and the new world champion, Danny Keirle. Ladies and gentlemen, this is your World Championship podium for 2017. The girls to make the special presentation of the Panta Fuel vouchers and the magnificent Avio Milano timepieces to David, Esteban and Danny. We all watched the race. We all want to know what they had to say, starting with you, David. You drove the wheels off that kart, but just couldn't quite catch the drivers in front of you. Congratulations. Another World Championship podium following up on Bahrain last year.
Thank you very much. Yeah, it has been a difficult weekend, but all the weekend we were quite fast. Also in the heats, it was good, but the final, all the top drivers in front, we were really fast, and it was really difficult to take the guy in front. So at the end, I'm quite happy with the position, and I want to say thanks to all my team, my mechanic, and also the engines and my fathers, and so thank you very much.
Congratulations, David. You should be very proud of yourself, another World Championship podium. Esteban Muth, you should also be extremely proud. A little bit of disappointment, perhaps. You are the Vice World Champion.
Yeah, I'm really happy, but it was too quick for me this weekend, and also I have bumpers, so it will not be for me this year. But I want to thank all my team, my sponsor, like Striker Racing, my dad, my mom. That's the main thing.
Congratulations, Esteban, a true champion. Danny Keirle, I was trying to think, mate, we think of Leicester City in the Premier League. No one gave them a chance. We think of Sebastian Vettel when he first won at Monza. No one really gave you a chance. Did you prove them wrong or what? Congratulations. You have written your name into history. The world champion, how do you feel?
Over the moon, I can't really believe it at the minute. It's going to take a while to sink in, I think. But yeah, I just want to say a massive thank you to the whole of the team. Amazing job. First time at one of these CIK events, and it's outrageous. Really loved it, and all my family for turning up, all my sponsors. Just want to say absolutely thank you very much. So for them, I wouldn't be here, so thank you.
Congratulations, mate. You're a true champion. This is our World Championship podium. David Vidales, Esteban Muth, and the new World Champion, Danny Keirle. That's the last race on the 2017 calendar. The 2018 calendar has just been released. We'll see you in 2018, the CIK-FIA European and World Kart Racing Championships. But on behalf of the team, goodbye from Paul Fletcher, International Circuit. See you next year.